IT services sector, one is getting export revenues. Two, it was a big job creator. That linkage of growth and jobs is I don't think gonna remain range bound, which used to be the case in the past. Pre-AI era, if you have to say. Let's assume in a case that IT services companies are able to grow in the double digit trajectory which they used to do in the past. We don't see hiring to scale or to hiring to increase proportionately because as AI will evolve, the efficiency of AI models will also evolve, will become even more stronger. So
Rating agency Crisil in its recent study finds that the revenue growth and net headcount addition of information technology services is set to stay muted this fiscal and the next year as well. Since FY24, the sector has been growing in low single digits. To understand about the issues plaguing the industry, let us talk to Aditya Jhaver, Director, Crisil Ratings. Welcome to the show, Aditya.
yeah, thank you. Thank you very much for inviting me. It's fun to
So, from FY24 onwards, we have been witnessing IT services revenues growing by less than 5%. And your study finds that this year and next year, the growth will remain muted. Before we discuss your latest projections, can you tell me why the sector has been slowing down in the past few years? And also, when you compare with the past decades, how different is this kind of a growth?
Yeah, so as you said, the slowdown in the IT services combination of multiple things, macroeconomic pressures, changing enterprise spending behavior, and then obviously the disruptive impact of AI on the traditional delivery models. So the industry's largest markets, United States and Europe, contributes for almost 80-85% of the sector's revenue. These regions have experienced, a phase of economic uncertainty. The corporate budgets have been tightened. With this, enterprises have become significantly more cautious in their technology spending. This is resulting in longer decision cycles. Delayed project ramp ups. One important thing which one may have to consider is the current slowdown which we are seeing. This is from the previous cycle, and that's primarily because of the artificial intelligence, the AI angle now. The generative AI and the AI native platform. That's becoming a big competition and a risk for the IT services fields. It is basically pressurizing the traditional labor-based outsourcing model which IT services has worked, companies have worked for a good period of time now. It's almost decades since when they are working with that employee-based outsourcing model. Now that's changing. Clients are increasingly asking the service providers to deliver the same outcomes with fewer people, leveraging automation, AI-assisted development and all those things. So this is leading to pricing pressure. Contracts are becoming productivity linked. There is a consolidation happening at vendor level. The existing contracts with the earlier labor-based outsourcing model, that also is getting renegotiated. Because pricing this, it's the growth which is being muted. It's not just cyclical in nature. It's in the past, the sector has been able to manage it. But what we believe that it's one, obviously the macroeconomic conditions are not that conducive, and the structural transition which is happening because of it.
Right.
As per our study also, the next couple of years also, it's one of the single digit growth. So this is a reasonably prolonged period for the sector where we have seen very, very limited constant currency growth. We don't believe it's just a cyclical thing. It's more a structural change in terms of how they run the business, how they price their contracts and all those things.
Right. You mentioned a few things that are structurally changing in the industry. Do you see going ahead, if the things continue like this, will we see same kind of a growth pattern in the coming years as well?
The structural transition which is happening towards the AI-based services, these are the factors which are not gonna will change over the next few years. So hence we believe that these reasons will continue, and hence the overall growth outlook for the sector will also remains until.
Right. The report also says that the companies must reinvent their business models, adapt effectively to the changing industry landscape, and expand into newer services. What are IT services providers, especially the large and medium ones, doing in the space of artificial intelligence and IT technology?
So large and mid-sized IT service providers are now, reorienting their business models around AI. They are investing heavily in AI platforms, partnerships, domain-specific solutions, talent reskilling, providing AI-led service delivery. So the most leading firms have, established dedicated AI business units. Training then their workforce on generative AI tools. Forging alliances with hyperscalers and model providers who help clients move from pilot projects to production scale deployment.
If you look at globally, things are moving very fast. Artificial intelligence companies, especially a few of them are making in large strides in this space. When we look at our IT services providers, where are we in this global landscape?
So we are more on the services side, where the expertise is. The expertise was more to provide the labor to the customer so that they are able to meet their requirement. And the transition is also taking time, because the entire model of how they were recognizing revenue, how they were earning revenues is changing because of AI.
Right.
While on the training side, we are reasonably well placed, but the entire shift in terms of how they are doing business is evolving, and then that's that's also a function of how much R&D spends Indian IT companies have done in the past, which is as a percentage of revenue, our IT companies would be doing maybe 1 to 2% when it comes to R&D. Now, some of the global counterparts, they are 15 to 20% in terms of their R&D spends. Now, that's a huge gap to fill.
Right. So when the growth is muted, the hiring also will get affected. Tell me about the hiring scenario in the sector since FY24, and what do your projections say for this year and next year? Also, in absolute terms, can you compare the headcount in the IT services sector in FY23 and now?
When growth gets affected, hiring also will get affected. That's how the sectors work. There was a very strong correlation between your revenue growth and the hiring growth. Now that is no longer there. So since last few years, what we have seen, the hiring trend in the IT service sector has significantly slowed down. AI is basically changing the hiring equations altogether. Companies, they are reducing their hiring in the traditional delivery roles while increasing their hiring for skill-based manpower, skills in AI, data, cloud, cybersecurity, and all. So the focus from a large-scale recruitment trend is now moving to a targeted hiring. Our expectation for the net hiring is on a subdued level only. So we don't see net hiring numbers for the Casper increasing significantly. It's one of the media flattish or very marginal growth. I think in 23, what I remember, the net additions were close to around 96,000 employees, which the last few years we have not seen any net addition. In the past, it always used to be somewhere in the range of 6 to 8% kind of a number in terms of employee growth, which is not there last 2 years, and we don't see it changing also in the years to come, at least the next couple of years.
So in this scenario, what are the fresher hirings and fresher salaries looking like? I think the campus hiring has moderated across the industry. Is this a cyclical slowdown or a structural shift, as we mentioned earlier?
Campus hiring has slowed down, as you are saying, against how it used to be in the past. Obviously, the shift because of AI, the automation, and all these things. Where they are focusing more on skilled employees. So on the salary also, what I understand, it has largely remained flat at a fresher level. So obviously the salaries have been significantly better for candidates with skills in the AI, cybersecurity, and all. But at a fresher level, the salary has largely remained flattish. And as we have discussed, this is more a structural shift. So at least for the next few fiscals, we don't see it changing significantly till the entire transition, till people are able to manage it and then work with it. during that period, we don't see significant change in the hiring structure as well as the numbers as well. And obviously that will also result in the overall salary structures also may remain flattish, at least at a fresher level.
Now talking about operating margins, have you seen any kind of impact on operating margins as well due to this muted growth?
Some pressure is there on the operating margins because obviously the revenues have not seen much of a growth. But I think somewhere the players are able to manage it through good cost discipline, and more importantly, the currency depreciation. That has significantly helped the overall, INR revenues for the companies. And last couple of years, they have attrition is very much under control. They have tightened their resource managements, some gains because of the AI related investments. All those things have helped them to maintain their profitability. But again, depreciation may not be supporting you all or in the next 2 years as well. And companies will be upping their investments on the AI capabilities, building the talent pool, training them. All those things will keep happening. So the cost again pressures will be there. Contract renegotiations also happening. The older contracts also are getting renegotiated. That all those things can put pressure on the pricing side. So some profitability may see some pressure over the next few years, but at least till now they're able to manage it, at least on the profitability side.
For the past 3 decades, India's IT story was always measured by the export revenues and the jobs that were created. In the age of AI, even if we presume that our AI startups and even our large and medium companies managed to evolve to the kind of technology that is needed, and they also grow their revenues in double digits. Even in that kind of a scenario, will we see the hiring that used to happen earlier?
IT services sector, one is, getting export revenues. Two, obviously, it was a big job creator. So that linkage of growth and jobs is I don't think gonna remain in the Indian bounds, which used to be the case in the past. Pre-AI era, if we have to say, let's assume in a case that IT services companies are able to grow in the double-digit trajectory which they used to do in the past. We don't see hiring to scale or to hiring to increase proportionately, because as AI will evolve, the efficiency of AI models will also evolve. So the productivity which gains which you will get will also increase, and hence the requirement of workforce, which otherwise, let's assume you would need 10 people to do a work. Now I think with the AI tools, with the technology, you may need maybe 5 people, 6 people only, and hence the requirement may not be there. So the numbers in terms of job creation, that's something which one may have to monitor. In the near term, we don't see that changing significantly. Demand will be there, for data engineers, data scientists, AI related engineers, and as we discussed, cybersecurity, cloud architects, all those segments, the demand will be there. But so it's about reskilling yourself and then aligning yourself with those requirements.
Right. So, in terms of cybersecurity, cloud, and AI, there will be demand for skills, but IT services always was looked upon as a large job creator. Probably going ahead, we won't be seeing that kind of a hiring happening in IT services sector. Thank you for joining me on the show, Aditya.
Thank you.